Welcome back to Screen Harbor, your safe haven for the best stories on screen. Today, we're diving into the world of Outlander, where love, war, and time itself collide. From Jamie and Claire's unbreakable bond to the brutal realities of history, this episode brings emotion, tension, and unforgettable moments. Let's set sail into the story. Comte St. Germain, a name we haven't heard in a while, was just mentioned in Outlander Season 8. This was a villain from Season 2, but since Jamie and Claire returned to Scotland after the disasters in France, we haven't seen or heard from him. This enigmatic persona has now returned in relation to Fergus Fraser in Outlander's final season. In Outlander Season 2, Jamie found Fergus living in a brothel, and he and Claire adopted him as a son. Since then, he has been a Fraser, and in Season 8, he resides in Savannah, Georgia, with Marzali, his spouse, and their multiple kids. Season 8 fulfilled fans' desires by reuniting Fergus and Marzali, who hadn't been seen in a few seasons. Better yet, they're not only brief appearances by characters. In Outlander Season 8, Fergus formally has his own enigmatic plot concerning his hidden ancestry. The plot of Fergus' 8th season of Outlander is taken directly from Diana Gabaldon's novels. However, returning to his canon story is a little startling because he hasn't appeared in the TV series in a long time. The romantic series last season doesn't seem to have quite enough covered. We have the time to appropriately remind viewers who these long-forgotten personalities are. In the second season of Outlander, Claire did what she does best: use her medical expertise to infuriate others. Claire diagnosed a sick sailor with smallpox shortly after she and Jamie landed in France. The ship the man arrived on and all of its cargo had to be destroyed in order to stop the spread. This meant that Comte St. Germain, the ship's owner, suffered a significant financial loss as a result of Claire. In Outlander Season 2, the Comte pledged to exact revenge on Claire, and he undoubtedly tried his hardest. He surreptitiously added bitter cascara to Claire's wine during a party. Claire became very sick as a result, but she eventually recovered. Claire discovered that the Comte had bought the cascara from Master Raymond after conducting some research. In the show's last seasons, this character is another Outlander who gained some new significance. The Comte's plan to apply the bitter cascara on Claire was unknown to Master Raymond. He explained that the stone would turn black in the presence of poison and offer her a pendant necklace as compensation. Claire was kept well by the unique piece of jewelry. Throughout the remainder of Outlander Season 2, shielded from the Comte in her last weeks in France, Claire was also given the opportunity to exact revenge on the Comte when King Louis XV ordered Claire, whom he thought was La Dame Blanche, to determine whether Master Raymond and the Comte were sorcerers. Master Raymond prevailed in King Louis's witch hunt, which turned into a cunning contest. He told the king that the virtuous could survive by swallowing poison, but the Comte ended up with the actual thing while he and Claire drank something completely safe thanks to some deception. Comte St. Germain was groaning on the ground, while King Louis gave the order to send him away when we last saw him in Outlander. The man might have passed away, for all we knew, but the Outlander novels, and more recently, the television series have shown otherwise. Season 8 never hinted at the Comte St. Germain as much as the Outlander books have. Years after Jamie and Claire left France, the Comte St. Germain is seen in Gabaldon's spin-off novella, The Space Between. He meets with Master Raymond of Outlander in secret, and it turns out that both men, like Claire, are time travelers. It's uncertain exactly when and where Street Germain originated. Although the second season of Outlander takes place in the 1740s, there's proof that he was in France as early as the 1630s. Only a year before Fergus learns the truth about the Comte in Outlander Season 8, the events in the space between take place in 1778. This novella also reveals that Comte St. Germain has experimented extensively with time travel, trying to go farther into the future or within the history of his own life. Naturally, this makes it challenging to find out where he is, or whether he is officially dead or alive at any particular time. All of this leads to the 8th season of Outlander. Fergus is informed by Percy Beauchamp in Episode 4 that Comte St. Germain had secretly wed Amelie Beauchamp, the sister of his wife. But the Comte sold Amelie to a prostitute when he became weary of her. Whether he was aware of his wife's pregnancy at the time is unknown. Despite knowing Amelie, Fergus was born at the brothel and was unaware that she was his mother. He states in Outlander Season 8 that Amelie detested every child at the brothel, but he was the most disliked. Nevertheless, Amelie requested to visit Fergus as she lay dying. Be a good boy is what she told him, before to her death. Fergus concludes that Percy's assertion is accurate based on these details. It does, however, raise doubts about the man's motivation for telling Fergus about his parents. In Outlander Season 8, Percy reveals that the Comte St. Germain was a prosperous trader who bought most of the stock for a syndicate that invested in land in the New World before the man's unexplained disappearance. This indicates that a sizable area of land in the Old Northwest is mostly owned by the man's estate. Percy wants Fergus to claim the title of heir to Comte St. Germain and sell him the estate for a substantial sum. And that wraps up our journey through Outlander. A story where every choice echoes through time and every moment leaves a mark. If you enjoyed this breakdown, drop a like, subscribe to Screen Harbor, and stay anchored with us for more deep dives into your favorite shows. Until next time, keep watching, keep exploring,